welcome to Little Learners. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about puppets. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that many of the resources I'm going to be using in this video were gifted to me by Lovevery as part of their Storyteller Play Kit. So thank you so much to them. And of course, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up as it really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos just like this, click the subscribe button to join the Little Learners family. Now, puppets. Yes, you. Let's put you away for a moment. I was really nervous about using puppets when I first started teaching young children. I knew that it was something that some teachers did and that it was something that children can respond well to, but I didn't really know how to do it, and I was always worried that the children would think that it was kind of too young for them or that I wouldn't pitch it in the right way, and I just didn't know what to do with a puppet. Fast forward to now and I know how valuable puppets can be and different ways you can use them, and actually feeling nervous about it wasn't necessary because it's actually quite fun. So the puppets you're seeing in this video are from Lovevery, but of course you can make your own puppets or you can get another puppet that's widely available. The thing about puppets is that they add this kind of third party to your conversation with a child, and sometimes that can be really helpful. So I'm going to list some ways that I like to use puppets to help children develop new skills or work through something that's quite difficult for them, a range of different things. Let's get to it. Now, probably the thing you think of first when you think of puppets is a puppet show, and yes, that is absolutely something I like to do with puppets. So here I'm using a puppet theatre or fort from the Lovevery Storyteller Play Kit, but of course if you don't have this you can make one out of blankets. I've made many a fort during my time, and then you can set up your show. You can also just crouch down behind a table and have the puppets popping up. Popping up? Popping up. You can have the puppets popping up from behind the table. Just use whatever is available to you. I'm using the puppet theatre or fort that came with the Lovevery Storyteller Play Kit. The great thing about this is that it has lots of different configurations and you can do it with your child. Your child can build up their fine and gross motor skills so that eventually they can start building this themselves as well. Now, one thing I like to do here is to reenact something that has happened in the child's life that they either found difficult or you feel like they need a bit more time to process, or you just want to remind them of something that they've done. I actually did this with my son quite recently. He was having some trouble with some Duplo and he was getting really frustrated when his tower kept falling down. So later on, I think maybe later that day or the next morning, the puppet had exactly the same problem, and my son then started offering ways to help. He got up straight away and said, "Oh, hang on, I'll go and get you something," and was getting pieces of Duplo to help the situation. And then when the puppet asked what they should do when they're feeling so cross and frustrated, which my son had been, he said, "You can hold a grown-up's hand, or you can ask someone for help, or you can do some big breathing," which is something that we say to him. And of course, it doesn't mean that he does it every time, but it was really nice to see that he remembered those coping mechanisms enough to be able to help someone else. Another thing you can do is read a story with your puppet. So depending on the age of the child, they might read to the puppet. That can be really lovely for children who are a bit nervous about reading, worried about getting things wrong. When they read to a puppet or a pet, for example, they often are more confident because they don't feel like they're going to be judged by that pet or puppet. You can also have your puppet read to your child, and it's just a lovely way to share a story, maybe one that you have read to your child before but your puppet has never read to your child before, so that your child can almost teach the puppet how stories work and what might happen next, and ask questions that you normally ask your child about a story. Another thing you can do is just put on a show, whatever kind of show you like, just to entertain the child. Maybe with your show there are different avenues that you can go down. You don't have to have this pre-planned. You can really go off the cuff with this. So maybe you have your puppet pop up and say hello to everyone. They are thinking about going somewhere, but they don't know where to go. Maybe the child can suggest where to go, and you kind of build this story with your child. So they are interacting with the puppet and the narrative as well, helping them to build those storytelling skills so that your child can then one day start doing puppet shows of their own, with their own stories. And they may, first of all, just start copying stories that you've done with puppets, or using things that they know, which is extremely important, you know, reenacting things they've been through with their puppets. But it's all there to help children to explore storytelling, understand how narrative works. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is if your child is finding something particularly difficult and they don't want you to help them, but they do want help. Now this happens all the time. Children want someone to help them, but they don't want mummy or daddy to help them, or whoever their caregiver is, because they don't want them to do it for them, if that makes sense. Sometimes it can help to have a puppet who either helps them do that thing, or a puppet who also doesn't know how to do that thing, so that the child doesn't feel like they're the only one who doesn't understand or can't do something, and can work together with the puppet to try and do it together. A lot of the time for young children, it's really hard when every time they come across an obstacle, they know that an adult can just do it for them. So for example, if they're trying to pull two pieces of Duplo apart and they're really stiff and they can't do it, and then an adult can do it straight away, yes, that's really helpful, but also it's just kind of teaching them that everyone else can do this thing that I can't. And so it's often quite nice to have someone else or something else who's also experiencing that difficulty too. You can also use a puppet to try and make a topic more interesting if your child isn't really interested in it. So for example, if your child doesn't really like counting and numbers, then a puppet may be able to help bring that to life a bit more for them. Puppets can also be really helpful when you are trying to tackle a very difficult subject with a child. So a topic that even as adults we find very difficult to talk about. Maybe about the topic of death or the topic of divorce. Using a puppet show to kind of illustrate how that plays out can help a child kind of be introduced to this topic, and also to have someone else, like I said earlier, who is going through the same thing as them. Even though this is a puppet and the puppet's experience isn't real, to a young child this can be really helpful. And it can also be a way for them to process their own emotions and talk to the puppet about how they're feeling about the same situation. So that was a list of ways I like to use puppets. If you have any ideas, please leave them in the description box down below. There are loads of ways that you can use puppets to enrich a child's learning and just enjoyment of playing and storytelling. If you want to find out more information about the Lovevery Storyteller Play Kit or any of the Lovevery Play Kits, please click the link in the description box down below. Thank you to my guest for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, click the subscribe button and click the bell so that you never miss a future upload. Don't forget, you can book a consultation with me so that we can have a one-on-one meeting to talk about all things early years, any questions you might have, and I do offer tuition. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!